I'm at 4370 Dayton Liberty Road in Dayton, Ohio, doing a sanitary lateral inspection for the purchase of a home. We're looking for any structural issues, root intrusion, anything that may be of concern to the buyer. The access is a stack on the right rear corner of the basement. And it looks like it's going just out the bottom side of the house. I'll show you here. Let me wipe the camera off first. So you can see there is the clean out we're going into. There's the pipe, and here's the rest of the basement there. You can see coming down the steps. And going through this clean out here facing outside. So this looks like PVC so far. Looks like we're going right towards the front of the house. The small repair section looks like a little tiny bit of former root intrusion here. And then we go into the original clay line. Clay is a good material, but it does tend to allow a lot of root intrusion just due to the nature of you have a connection here. Like the sections of pipe are only about 3 to 4 feet in length, so there's a lot of connections. So you can see just tiny bit of root intrusion there. Nothing that you can't even do anything about it at that point. It is something that you may want to pay attention to in the future. Oh, well, here we go. So we've got broken pipe here at about 33 feet. I can see if I can go past it. I can, but this pipe is broken and will have to be repaired. You can see it's just in pieces. So I'm going to push past it. I'm going to go on down and see if there's any other spots here. Hopefully I can get through that spot. Pushing some toilet paper here. There's nothing wrong with the pipe, but hopefully that's the only thing we find there is at about 32 feet. I can go out there and mark it. Coming up on the main now, looks like we're going to dive into the top of it. And there we are. Made it all the way to the main, 61 feet or so. It's kind of strange. The line looks great for 90% of it, and then you have one spot at 32 feet that's broken. Don't know how that would have happened or why it happened, but the rest of the line looks great. It's kind of a strange thing to see. Just have a very small section of pipe there that's broken, and all the rest of this, the connections look great. You may have to get it inspected again down the line in a few years and just to check to see if there's any further root intrusion. But right now, I mean, everything looks really good until you get that 32-foot mark, and even beyond that, it looks really good. So for some reason at 32 feet, something happened catastrophically to cause a broken pipe there. We should be coming right on through it there. And so because that happened, roots have got in there. So I'm going to pause the video at this point. I'm going to locate exactly where this is. We're going to mark it with some green paint and a green flag. And this will have to be dug up and repaired. So again, we're going to pause the video here so we can take care of that. So that is this is just to the right of the front of the house, and the driveway area. It's 4'9" deep to the invert, which means it's about 4'4" to the top of the pipe. And this section will have to be dug up and repaired. But it's, like I said, it's kind of strange because it's the only, the rest of the line looks great. There were no defects at all until we hit that 32-foot mark. And we have a break, and then other than that, the line looks wonderful. So, I mean, all these joints look nice and tight. The pipe, I mean, usually you would at least see a little bit of like circumferential cracking or longitudinal cracking just from the age. And most of this has none of that until you hit that 32-foot mark, and then all of a sudden you have a break. So something must have happened out there, whether it doesn't, maybe something heavy was put on the line. I have no clue, but it is in the middle of the driveway to the right, so it's a possibility. But we made it all the way back to the reel. And so to sum up, the line from 1 to 31 feet looks great, and from 33 feet out to the main at 61 feet, I believe, all look great. But at 32 feet, there is a pretty large amount of damage and should be repaired or replaced. At least that section needs to be replaced. And then may need a second inspection, or proof that it was repaired properly, to make sure that sometimes when repairs are made, they can do some damage to the surrounding pipes. Just want to make sure that everything is done correctly and repaired well without causing more damage to the either end of that pipe, being that it is clay. It is brittle. Sometimes it's a little harder to repair. But that's about it. Repair at 32 feet, and the rest of the line looks great. So that'll end the inspection at 4370 Dayton Liberty Road in Dayton, Ohio.